Hello everyone, welcome to the When at Work podcast. You're with the host Julian Leahy. Today I'm joined by Jennifer Johnson and Dr. Shanea Clancy. Welcome to the show, guests.
Hello.
Hello, glad to be here.
All right, our guests are excited to play Jeopardy. Let's load up the board.
Oh, come on.
Sometimes you just look
Why'd you do this to nurses?
These categories are fine. You'll see. All right, the first one is U.S. history, world religion, three-letter words, facts and figures, legal lingo, films of the 70s. Are any of you guys film buffs?
We were talking that we're both... I'm a little decent. I don't know about you, Shanea.
Have you done the
Music all the
whole...
way.
I've gone through the whole 70s, you know, Godfather, all the Al Pacino ones. I don't know them all, but yes. Well, this could be tricky. Some people wouldn't go back that far. But anyway, let's load up now. You can kick things off. Who's on the left? Shanea? No, Jenny's on the left.
Me.
Do you see yourself on the left? Yeah, you're on the left. All right, you can start.
I'm on the left.
What would you like?
Three-letter words for 100.
Three-letter words for 100, says Jenny. According to the cliche, that's just this part of the iceberg.
What is the tip?
Is correct. Well done, Jenny. You're on 100. What would you like?
Three-letter words for 200.
Three-letter words for 200. It can precede chord, current, off, and saw.
I have no idea.
Chord. Extension. No. Off. I got it. I got it. What do you call it?
What?
Like when everyone was getting Netflix and they were getting rid of their cable subscriptions and they would advertise it and they would say something the chord?
Oh, what is cut?
Yeah. Is that you, Jenny?
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a better way to buzz
Oh,
in?
man, that was
I didn't
wrong.
know how to buzz. I was like waiting for my turn. Listen, I don't play Jeopardy.
You know
I'm
what?
not a
I
person.
really messed up there. That wasn't right. See, I thought cut chord, cut off, and cut saw, but cut current doesn't really work because the answer is actually rip. Rip chord, rip current, rip off, rip saw. Yeah. So don't worry, you didn't get it, Jenny, but you're still in control. What would you like?
Three-letter words for 300.
Three-letter words for 300. It can be a sting from the cold or a small drink some might take to warm up. It's a three-letter word.
What is sip? Oh, no.
But how is that a
What is
sting?
tea?
Sting from the
Yeah.
cold, and you might say, "Oh, it's a
what is
bit."
nip?
Yeah, nip. Or a small drink. Yeah, there's a song down here called "The Nips Are Getting Bigger," which sounds rude, but it's because he's out drinking and they keep putting a little bit too much in his drink. All right, you're in control still, and you're on 400. Well done, Jenny. What would you like? Don't worry, Doctor. You'll get a chance soon.
Three-letter words for 400.
Three-letter words for 400. A dot on a die. Oh, what do you call the dots?
Oh.
If I played craps, I might know.
I'm going to pass.
Pass. Dr. Shanea, any idea?
Yeah.
You do?
No.
Okay.
Hold on, let me just take a wild guess.
Go. Wild guesses are good. You don't get penalised in this version. I need your guess.
What is spot?
Well, that's four-letter words for one, Jenny, Shanea. So.
Oh, we're doing...
Okay, the answer we're looking for is pip. They're called pips. Who knew? I would have said a pip is something in a watermelon, but anyway. Jenny, you're still in control.
Let's just finish it off for 500.
500. Three-letter words. Slang for impudent talk. Your parents didn't want you to give them any. Don't give me any, young man.
I'd say sass, but that's
Think about Mick Jagger and the guy from Aerosmith. What do they share in common?
I'm
know
completely
this
blanking.
Lip is what we're looking for.
Wait,
Did
can I try?
No, she got it.
You got it?
Yeah, lip.
Oh, you did. Okay. Well, you got the points and you're in control. I didn't even hear it. Don't give me any lip, Shanea. That was an accident.
What is? How about legal lingo for 100?
100 legal lingo. According to the World Book, the relationship between landlords and these goes back to the feudal system. Well, what's the opposite of a landlord?
What is a tenant?
It's got to be. Let's take a look. If it's not, I'm going to get upset. It is tenants. Well done.
There you go.
Dr. Shanea, you're on the board for 100.
Let's do legal link. That's a tongue twister. Legal
Shanea,
lingo
you've
for
got
200.
600. Sorry, legal lingo for 200. You're on 600. An accusation of a wrong or an action in the light of the Light Brigade. An accusation of a wrong or an action of the Light Brigade. Now, a Light Brigade are soldiers on horses in World War One. And what did they used to do? They would say before they went into battle,
What is hear ye?
Jennifer,
What is charge?
charge is correct. I was going to say you could also do it on your visa, but that might be a bit easy. Jenny, what would you like?
Let's go legal lingo 300.
Legal lingo for 300. From the Latin for crime, evidence indicating you committed the crime is considered this. From the Latin for crime, evidence indicating you committed the crime is considered this. Evidence.
Oh, and I love like Good Wife and all that kind of stuff too.
Crime. It's something like, what do they say about prima facie or something? I don't know what that means. That sounds Latin.
Sounds good.
Shanna, do you know?
Latin for crime.
Let's try. I don't know.
I'm going to have to take a look. The answer is incriminating.
Oh,
Wow,
incriminating evidence.
That's Latin for crime.
That's a new one.
Yeah, it didn't sound Latin to me, but you know, who am I to know? All right, you're still in control, Jenny.
For 400.
400 legal lingo. Colourful term used to describe state laws regulating the sale of securities. Colourful term, so it'll be something coloured, like red, blue, green.
What is? Not blue chip.
Blue chip. Yeah, good thinking. Security laws.
Securities and bonds, like. I have no idea.
What is red tape?
Red tape. Good answer. You just got to have a crack. The answer we're looking for is blue sky laws. You were close with the blue. Not sure I've heard that one. I've heard Blue Sky Mine, which is a song by Midnight Oil. Have you heard of Midnight Oil?
Yeah.
You have? Oh, wow. Didn't know that. All right. What would you like next?
Well, let's finish it off for 500.
Legal lingo for 500, says Jenny. Violation of trademark rights is called this.
What is copyright infringement?
Infringement. I'll give it to you still. Jenny, what would you like?
Let's do films of the 70s for 100.
Films of the 70s for 100. In a 1977 film, Diane Keaton was looking for him. Look, I'm going to give you a clue. Now, my clues are pretty bad sometimes. There's also, I think, a Guns N' Roses song. Oh, no. This one, looking for Mr. Good something, I think it is.
I have no idea.
Mr.
Gonna have to pass
Good.
it.
I'm probably going to embarrass myself again and totally whiff on it. Let's take a look. Shanea, is that all right? I don't want to get you upset.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know this one.
Okay. It was Mr. Good Bar. It was Mr. Good Bar. I haven't seen that one.
Oh,
Oh, I like those chocolate candy bars.
Are
no,
they
Good
a
Bar's
chocolate
good.
bar, candy bar? Mr.
They
Good
do
Bar.
have a good
Okay.
bar.
So I wonder who Mr. Good Bar is. Might have to watch
Just
that
gonna have to
one.
watch after this.
I like Diane Keaton. She's still around?
Yep.
She's still wearing those
The suits.
suits, yeah, from Woody
Yep,
Allen.
still rocking it.
Still rocking
It's
it.
iconic.
You got
Absolutely iconic. Films of the 70s for 200.
Films of the 70s for 200. Two sci-fi buffs, not two sci-fi movie buffs. This 1977 Richard Dreyfuss flick is CE3K. Do 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 do. Directed by Spielberg, one of Spielberg's first flicks.
Oh, what is E.T.?
Oh no, it was actually before E.T.
It was way before E.T.
Yeah, like it was more about not the guy that comes out of the UFO, but the UFO itself.
I'm gonna have to pass.
What is Alien?
Good answer. Right error. Wrong movie. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh,
Heard of that one?
Never.
Okay. Well, what do we got? Films of the 70s, 300. Should we do that one?
let's just go.
Let's go. Mel Brooks, High Anxiety, poked fun at the films of this director who made his last film in 1976, and he was the first director that made kind of thriller, even slasher flicks from the 50s, a lot of thrillers, one of the most famous ever.
Who is Alfred Hitchcock?
Alfred Hitchcock. I was going to go with the shower scene, but you didn't need it.
Yes.
Oh, they said sir. He's a sir. Well done, Alfred. I reckon he would have got me too if he stuck around.
I love Mel
the
Brooks.
stories I
So
had.
funny.
Oh yeah, I love Mel Brooks. Absolutely.
Oh,
Young Frankenstein and
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. Yeah, that one's funny.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is hilarious.
My Schwartz.
Oh.
Your Schwartz is bigger than mine.
Your Schwartz.
Yeah.
The Schwartz. Use the Schwartz.
All right. Jenny, what would you like?
Films of the 70s for 400.
Films of the 70s for 400. Actor who starred in Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon, and the two Godfather films.
And who is Al Pacino?
Al Pacino. Hoo-ha. Well done.
Serpico was a really great film.
It was really good, wasn't it? And I love the
really good.
Dog Day Afternoon as well. It was his
Haven't seen
best
that one.
period. And he acted tremendously. And then after he did that Set of a Woman, he just kept doing the same crazy, over-the-top Al Pacino. I still liked it, but I was like, come on, bro. Calm down. Jenny.
Films of the 70s.
Films of the 70s, 500. Based on a novel by James Dickey, this film was shot on location at the Chattahoochee River in the Appalachians. And it had red hillbilly kind of rednecks in it.
Oh man, I've seen this movie and it scarred me. And I
Yeah,
can't.
it's one of it's just definitely a oh my
It's
god.
not Stand By Me. It's
And it squealed like a
ding,
piggy.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, didn't it? Yeah, it had the banjo, like an inbred kid playing banjo.
Yeah.
And it made me scared of hillbillies because I saw it when I was a kid.
I know the movie. I have no idea the name.
It
so
starred
I'm gonna
Burt
pass.
Reynolds and I think John Voight.
Yep. I just don't. I can't for the life of me think the name of it.
What we're looking for is Deliverance. It is an incredible movie, but it's one of those ones that it's
you
kind
can't
of like
unsee that.
you can't unsee it. It reminds me of what's that movie with Requiem for a Dream. It's like watch it once.
Oh.
Have you seen that one?
No, I
Okay,
haven't.
well,
but
don't watch it.
don't watch
I
it.
don't want
okay.
to scare you.
It's not my.
Yeah.
I was
see enough-
scared by Pet Cemetery.
Oh,
when
me
I
too.
was-
Oh my god, me too.
Oh,
Yeah,
Every
that
time-
cat.
I'm scared of
No.
having my Achilles tendon severed from that movie.
Yep.
Do you remember that bit? Oh my god.
Oh. You just
Yeah.
flop around like a fish. No thanks.
This is a fun fact. Night of the Living Dead was filmed in my area.
Was it the
Ooh.
original one?
It was. People come in from all over the world.
Wow.
Very
The
cool.
first zombie movie ever, and my kids love zombie movies, and they love that one, even though it's kind of the makeup. It looks like they got ketchup and stuff.
It was filmed in the Evans City Cemetery. And so Evans City, Pennsylvania is like this little dot, hillbillies that you're afraid of. That's
Oh.
where it was filmed.
Wow, cool.
That's in my backyard.
Oh,
my gosh.
That's cool. I have to check
My
that out.
hometown, we've got Handmaid's Tale is being filmed a large portion of it in.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. They how's the last
Nice.
season? My wife said it's amazing. She's just glued to it.
I've never actually watched because the political climate keeps it's a little too on point.
It's exactly like that almost. You know, the reason I had to stop watching was when I found out that the girl fighting against the religious cult is a member of Scientology, and I just
Oh
thought
no,
the
is she really?
hypocrisy. Yeah, Elizabeth Moss.
Oh no.
She's a big
Yeah.
Scientologist. Yeah, and I just thought, how could you be? You're in one.
What, brainwashed?
Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, she's a great
You never
actor,
know.
so I still can watch Tom Cruise.
I
can't.
The hypocrisy.
He's just got it. He's just a little too enthusiastic for me. That's all. Just calm down. All right. What am I doing? I'm supposed to be hosting a game. What would you like, Jenny?
Well, how about we give the good doctor a
The
shot
good
at
doctor,
it?
Dr. Goodbar,
Good doctor.
Dr. Shanea. What would you like?
Oh boy, let's try facts and figures 100.
Facts and figures for 100. Guinness says the record they reject most often is for the longest chain of these office supplies.
What is paper clips?
That's a good answer. It's got to be that. Sounds like a good way to get fired. Paperclips is correct.
Oh, that was a good guess.
There you go.
Well done, Dr. Shanea. You're on 700 points. You're well within
Whoa.
touch with the lead. What would you like?
Facts and figures for 200, please.
Facts and figures for 200. According to NFL Game Day magazine, the Washington, what are they called now? Washington Generals have
Yes.
58,300 names on a waiting list for these.
What is potatoes?
Potatoes.
Because redskin potato.
I was gonna go with a game ball.
I
Season
know.
tickets.
I was gonna say,
Oh, season
tickets is
tickets.
what I was gonna say. But
Season tickets. And this is an old question as well, so I don't know if that figure is correct. Should we do another one?
Sure.
yeah.
300 facts and figures. On August 26, 1988, 725 people. Were you guys even born then?
Yes.
Yes.
No comment. On August 26, 1988, 725 people put their right foot in and out and shook it all about doing this dance in NYC.
What is the hokey pokey?
The hokey pokey. I remember doing that in kindergarten. Well done.
They do it at all the weddings.
Do
Yeah.
they? Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. All
Let's
right.
just keep moving for
Keep
400.
it moving. Facts and figures 400. It's what this device keeps track of. Treasury Secretary Nicholas Brady has one on his desk. I don't know what the heck that is. A humongous number.
For
The
Billion
Treasury
roll.
guy is tracking the amount, a huge dollar amount. What does he actually
What
track?
is currency?
It's got to be, and just could you be a bit more specific? What would the US Treasury guy be keeping a track on? Which currency?
U.S. dollars?
Yeah, he's probably about how many notes they've printed and have in circulation, I reckon.
I'm going to say national debt.
National debt is what we're looking for. Jenny
Whoa,
took her own
stunning.
path. Well done. Nailed it.
Let's finish it up.
Finish it up. For the past 8 years, she's put the ornament atop the national Christmas tree. Now, this is in the 80s. Who's going to know that? Is that the big one in New York City? Or is it in Washington, D.C. or something?
I'm not sure.
National Christmas tree. We don't know. That was ages ago.
No
I'm
idea.
going to say, what is it? You already put it up.
Oh, do you know the answer?
I can't see it. I was going to say, what is the lady?
First lady?
Yes.
It says Barbara Bush. First lady is correct.
Oh, First Lady.
Well done. It was Babs. And these days it would be Melania. She's a great first lady. Not. All right. What would you like next?
Let's do world religion for 100.
World religion for 100. This could be dicey. In Hebrew, this word literally means fit, as in fit to be eaten. And they have shops like delis that are specialized in this particular.
Oh,
Got it? Jenny, what do you got?
what is kosher?
Kosher is correct. Well done.
Oh, nice.
We sat down here just as like, if we're doing something that might get us in trouble, we're going, is that kosher? Like,
Yeah.
Is that going to get us investigated by the police? Not quite that bad, but all right. Should we do World Religion 200? I think so.
Let's do it.
The holy day of the week in the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
What is Sunday?
That's what you would think. They do
Yeah,
things a bit
but-
differently down there in that particular.
What is Thursday?
Good answer. What we're looking for is Saturday,
Oh,
which actually was the original, which is the Sabbath day. Apparently, I always thought it was Sunday. So they're being they're being really strict with the Old Testament. I think.
good on them.
I don't know what else. They're up to.
For 300.
300 World Religion biblical event commemorated by the taking of communion in Christian ceremonies.
Oh, man.
Well, what do they
What
say
is,
when?
what is baptized?
What's that?
What is baptized?
So I used to go to church all the time.
Or confirmed?
My parents used to make me go, and the priest would say, "You're really handsome." No, he wouldn't. He would say, "Body of Christ," and he would give you the little thing, and
The wafer.
yeah, he'd give you the wafer, and then so it was supposedly Christ's dead body. So that's my clue.
I'm going to have to pass on this one.
What is the body?
Yeah, and what was the event? Why was his body even?
What is the crucifixion?
Yeah, that's what I reckon. I should know this. I
Good on ya.
got all my certificates. Oh, it's not even right. The Last Supper.
Ah!
That's why I got kicked out. I didn't get kicked out. I left. All right. World Religion 400. European mercenaries of the 15th to 19th centuries, they now exist only to protect the Pope. Wow, he's got bodyguards. Didn't know that.
Oh, it was an Indiana Jones film.
Ah.
They were in one of the Indiana Jones films.
Yes.
Oh.
Was it the guy with the sword, the old guy? And he was like 200 years old and he was by himself?
No. That was like Knights of the Round Table.
Oh, that was the knight. Yeah, that's right.
Knights of the Round Temple, or the Round Table. No, these are the... No, I'm not going to get it. It's gone.
Were they like monks or?
No, it was just another separate sect.
Yeah.
That you kind of had to be chosen into.
Wow.
I'm going to say, what is priesthood?
Priesthood. Okay, let's take a look. What we're looking for is the Swiss Guard.
No.
Was that the one from Indiana Jones?
No, it was some other
Oh, okay.
religious group.
Well, there you go. All right, should we
There
do
you go.
world religion, finish it, or do US history?
I think we're both avoiding U.S. history.
Yeah, the religion one was tough, especially the 500 one. That's going to be tough. So let's go US history for 100. It's the present-day successor of the old Federal Radio Commission. And if you say a rude word on the radio or the TV, you'll get a fine from these people. F something something.
Oh, FCA?
Ooh, close. FC is correct. Change the A to something else.
What is the FCC?
FCC is correct. I remember Howard Stern was always complaining about it. And then he went on.
Yeah, because he's getting dinged nonstop.
He was always pushing the envelope. Well done, Jenny. Sorry, Dr. Shanea. What would you like?
Let's go to 200.
200 US history. Number of the Continental Congress which adopted the Declaration of Independence. Number.
$49,
Oh, they're talking about states, are they? Okay, 49.
I think.
And that was
I'm going
kind
to
of
guess 49.
before Hawaii and like who else? Alaska, baby.
Well, before. It would have been before the South?
Before the South got signed up. Let's
The
take a
Civil
look.
War?
What is 15?
The answer is the second. It wasn't even the States. So it was the Second Continental Congress, a specific question, like a history question. Let's do
We were
300.
way off.
Yeah, we were way off. A cartoon by Thomas Nast in an 1874 Harper's Weekly was the first to use an elephant as this. I know.
Representation of the Democratic Party?
Oh, wow. I was going to say as a main character, and I was thinking Alibaba. You know that
But
one?
it's U.S. history.
It's actually
Oh, the
a
Republican.
symbol of
It's
the
Republican.
Republicans. Oh, not the Democrats. What have the Democrats got?
The jackass.
Oh,
The donkey.
yeah. Why do they have that? That's oh. Anyway, you
Sturdy
definitely
strength. I don't know.
you definitely said Democrats, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you just had brain fade, like you knew the answer, didn't
It's
you?
one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two.
Can't
Or-
keep them straight.
U.S. History 400. The Liberty Bell cracked July 8, 1835, while tolling this Chief Justice's death.
No idea.
What is Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lincoln. Let's take a look. The answer is John Marshall. Have you heard of him? No.
Nope.
You have to be a history buff for these ones. These are pretty obscure. Now, do we want U.S. history or world religion for 500?
I'll take world religion.
World religion, yeah. Just jump over there. Every good Muslim is expected to make one of these pilgrimages to Mecca once in his life. What do they call the pilgrimage to Mecca? It would give me a panic attack. I've seen them do it, and there's like a million people in one place.
Yeah.
Imagine, some of them would be a bit sweaty as well.
Yeah.
The pilgrimage to
Oh.
Mecca. I'm going. Oh, God, I don't know what it's called.
I can't.
Oh,
I want to say mosque, but that's just general.
I had it. No, I didn't. Hajj. A Hajji or something.
I don't think I
No.
ever would have got that.
No, we don't even
No.
speak Arabic. So, last question. U.S. history. The verdict of the 1982 trial of John Hinckley Jr. for attempting to murder the president. Okay, so what are the verdicts that you can have? You can either be guilty, innocent,
Not guilty.
not guilty, and what else?
A hung jury.
Hung jury.
Mistrial.
What else? Well, what types of not guilty can you have? There's another type. There's just normal not Not Guilty, and there's another one, Not Guilty by
Insanity.
Insanity. He was off his rocker. You got it. Well done.
There you go.
He, I think he might be up for release, that guy, and he's fully medicated. The answer,
Well,
sorry?
the Menendez brothers are out.
Are they
Are
out
going
now?
to be out.
Yeah, I heard
They're gonna be.
Yeah. Did you watch that one on Netflix?
Yikes. No, but I remember seeing bits and pieces as a kid.
Yeah, and I remember John Malkovich on Saturday Night Live, and he's like, because they cried in court, and he was like, setting that up. It was quite funny. Well, you got 2,300, Jennifer. 2,100 for Dr. Shanea. A very close game. Well done, ladies. You got lots of those right, and they were quite tough questions. So congratulations.
I'm shocked.
Well played. You're shocked.
To be fair.
As am I, but you rocked it, Jenny. You were like on it.
You both did terrific. Now, Jenny Johnson, you're a registered nurse in Ontario, Canada.
Yep.
And you did ER nursing as well, which is pretty full on. How long did you do that for?
I'm still doing it. It's been 17 years.
17 years. So how do you manage the stress of that?
Alcohol.
Alcohol, of course, yes. I said that recently that, I pretty much don't drink, but if something happens and I get really stressed out, a couple of drinks seems to help. Like, I'm not saying do it, but
I'm not saying do it either, but is it, something that's going to do me well in the long term? No, but
it doesn't.
In moments.
Yeah, just moments. That's what I mean. Like if you've got an ongoing problem of stress, then it's really bad because it just doesn't deal with it, obviously. But just a once
therapy and a second therapist, just in case the first one's not available.
Therapy, get all that out. It's good for you. And tell us about some of the things you do. So, bringing intuition into practice.
I wrote the book on nursing intuition and how to trust your gut. It's something that we know as nurses exists, but we don't typically talk about it because, growing up, we weren't provided with a lot of evidence. And after breaking during COVID, I went down the rabbit hole of science and wrote it. And there's so much science, not just on intuition, but especially in intuition and nursing. So I wrote the book on it and then wrote some journals on, bridging the gap between education and bedside nursing and how to watch yourself grow and keep track, because those hard days come and it's hard to get back up after getting knocked down. But I'm hoping to help a little bit.
Yeah, and when you say intuition, are you talking about like the patient, you being able to know that something is not right and maybe something's been missed?
Yeah, you're missing a part of the story. People are lying whether they realize it or not. They've got dementia. They can't tell you. They're unsure of their medications, what they've taken in the past, if they've got medical history, language barriers. Just looking at somebody and feeling in your gut that something's not right and we're missing something and we're not going the right way. So it's happened to me on countless occasions, especially in the ER. I thought I was just playing a game to keep myself interested at triage when it turned out that it was actually intuition.
Yeah, well, we talked about that bizarre case of a serial killer nurse, and but the key, the point I was making is that it's a nurse that always blows the whistle, and it's the nurse that, despite pressure, despite everybody waving it away, that it's always a nurse that can tell, no, this is wrong. And you never hear about, very rarely, like even with like malpractice, we had this guy down here called Dr. Death, and he was butchering people on the surgeon's table, and he was doing.
I watched that whole series.
Joshua Jackson, right?
Sorry,
I think it was Joshua Jackson that was playing Dr. Death.
No, the guy's name was Jayant Patel. He was an Indian guy. He went over to the States. He worked through the whole system, and he was just butchering people over there. Then and there was all this kind of rumors and stuff, and he kind of got out of there before anything got formalized and investigated. And then he came down here, and he just was like doing. People would come in with pneumonia, and he would like amputate their leg and stuff, like just completely unnecessary, crazy stuff. And then everybody would go, no, he's a surgeon. You know, nobody would question him. And then a nurse just kept on it. And then finally she got a politician to pay attention, and then the whole thing blew up. But, yeah, so it's always the nurses. And I wonder why that is. It's like sometimes the doctors have got too much prestige and ego, and they are obviously brilliant, but they don't ever question their judgment. I don't know what it is. It must be ego. And the nurses have often a lot of the high medical knowledge, because it's, you know, in addition to the training. I mean, you're seeing surgeries. Like, imagine like when the doctors learn, they go and watch people do surgery. Nurses see all of this stuff a lot of the time, and they have very high medical knowledge, but they don't have all of the ego. So the nurses are the ones you got to listen to, I reckon.
Well, and most of our job is advocating, so we're just so used to advocating and making our voices heard when typically we're not listened to sometimes. So it's I don't know, sometimes it's just you just get used to that's just part of the job is advocating. You don't even think about it.
Yeah, it's good. And it's almost, I mean, it works out. It's like a second line of defense. You need to have the nurses there. Anyway, what do you do? This stuff that you're doing, is this coaching for nurses?
So this is trying to break into nursing schools and bringing these products into hospital systems and orientation. So supporting the students from moment one before they even have the chance to get burned out. And hopefully staunch the bleed of people leaving the profession before they get a year or two in.
I got you. So you're kind of addressing a bit of a blind spot in the education system, and you know what's kind of out there for when they get out. And then you've got some courses, have you?
Getting there ever so slowly, but yeah, beginning to teach nursing intuition and what trusting your gut looks like, and going from there.
And how has the response been with the nursing schools?
Slow. But you know, it's just one of those things where I'm still working. So this is me doing it, you know, above and beyond my job, and just trying to slowly whittle away and see what happens. You know, Nurse Blake over here, I actually get to teach with Nurse Blake in August at nurse camp. So in the nursing community, he's one of our biggest influencers. So well, I'm still shocked.
And that's from all of your stuff you've been putting out and work you've been doing. It's starting to get noticed.
Yeah, getting there.
How exciting.
Don't know how, but I'm just going to say yes and keep smiling and nodding and putting myself out there.
Wow. And you're also working nursing full time as well?
Part time.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's how you keep your resilience.
Yeah. And you wrote a book, did you say?
Yeah. So Nursing Intuition: How to Trust Your Gut, Save Your Sanity, and Survive Your Career.
And when did you publish that?
Just in December. So it's finally happened, and it's finally out there. And it's the ongoing joke is if I ever need a new therapist, I just give them the book and be like, this is volume 1 of why I am the way that I am.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So that's very interesting. I guess any prospective nurses out there and also nurse educators should have a look at that book and also have a look at what Jenny's doing. I've got her website in the show notes, and her website itself is rxforgrowth.com, and I've also got her LinkedIn there so you can reach out and have a chat to everything Jennifer's doing. Thank you very much for that. Jennifer
Thanks very much for having me.
ER nurse/author. Wonderful. All right, let's pop over to another nurse. Isn't that a coincidence? And Dr. Shanea Clancy, did you do a PhD in nursing?
Did I do a what did you say?
So did you do a PhD in nursing or something?
I do have, yes, my doctorate in nursing, and then I went back for postdoc for an executive MBA in healthcare.
Wow, that's very highly qualified. And what are you doing now?
So I am a #1 international best-selling author and wrote 7 books in 10 months. I actually have 2 more that are on their way out. And I do a lot of personal and professional development, consulting, speaking
Wow.
all over the world. So I've shared the stage with some awesome folks as well, like the Tebows,
How
Jamie
did you write
Curry.
7 books? I wrote 1 book and it nearly killed me.
Same.
At least you have good nurses to take care of you.
Yeah. And what are some of your books that you've written?
Yeah, so one was Transforming Trauma into Triumph, Believe Beyond, some journals. Let's see. The Mountaineering Mindset is what is going to be coming out here next, in a mental health book as well.
Tell us about the one
My
that's coming
daughters
out.
are actually writing children's books. They're 7 and 5. We've just started on getting them on that journey. And let me see. They're behind me. Yeah. From Pain to Purpose. A couple different ones.
Tell us about the one
I
that's
feel like
coming.
I've heard of that one.
The one that's coming out now.
Yes.
What's-
So Mountaineering Mindset really just incorporates mountaineering and a lot of the verbiage. I'm actually a trained mountaineer as well. And so search and rescue, different things like that, ice climbing. And it really is metaphoric to leadership and how leaders ascend to where they're at and, elevate others. But it's really about the descend. That's the most crucial aspect that a lot of people don't think about.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's like they say when people go up on Mount Everest, just about, I think it's 80% of the deaths happen on the way down, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you're tired, all that stuff. Yeah, it's harder, right? Climbing uphill in your body is challenging, but coming down, you're more at risk for falling because of your knees, like the way that everything goes.
Yeah.
On your body, you're more at risk because you're more tired, and because of your knees, you can slip easier on the way down.
That's what I mean. I was going to say that's why I never climbed Everest, but there's probably 1,000 reasons why I would never climb Everest. But the reason I say that is like we've got this cave down. This is down south. Is like this kind of beautiful area south of West Australia, and there's this cave that's kind of uncharted, and I used to take the kids there. I've got 3 boys, and we'd go through this cave, and every year on the way down I'd slip and roll my ankle. Like it became a joke, like they thought I was doing it on purpose, but I don't know. So the way down is definitely and that's why I reckon I would definitely eat it on Mount Everest.
I'll take the ER anytime.
Yeah,
over
yeah.
Everest.
Whoa, God, ice climbing, God, that's incredible. And so are you doing speaking stuff for nurses, or is it nurses specifically?
So a lot of executive Fortune 500 companies, colleges and universities, conferences, kind of a bunch of different things.
And when did you start speaking?
2014.
And how long did it take you to book your first speaking engagement?
Fairly quickly. Probably within definitely the first month, because that's like really when things kicked off. A lot of the high schools wanted me to come in and speak. And then UPS, which is like a package system that delivers packages here in the US. I came in and spoke to their drivers for safety, quality aspects.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And how often are you out and about speaking this year?
Oh, this year I have 7 engagements this month between now and the end of next month. Yeah.
So the speaking has become your main job now.
I love it. I really do love it. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And what have you got coming up in the way of engagements?
So the next one is actually an opiate kind of conference walk down in the Carolinas, where the opiate pandemic
Yeah,
is
terrible.
it's very high right now.
Have they got the
Um,
oxycodone epidemic under control?
I mean, that's nothing compared to carfentanil and fentanyl because everything's laced with that.
Yep.
That's the big stuff now.
My,
Everybody's cutting everything, including like marijuana, cocaine. Everything is laced at this point.
you
Yeah.
know, and also you could get it like the doctors, if you have surgery, they get you hooked on it. When my son had Hirschsprung's disease and he had surgery, and then one of the nurses, and he was like 18 months old or two, and one of the nurses put him on oxycodone, and then the nurse on the next shift took him off it and said, "What? Who's giving him this? Is that unusual?"
Well, here in the States, it is either an advanced practice provider or a doctor who's going to prescribe that. And so, based on pain level,
I was a bit suspicious.
they should be getting it.
Do you know why? Because the nurse had like kind of extreme piercings in her face, and I was like sus that she was just stealing a couple of oxys. But I'm super paranoid, and not to say I should now throw nurses under the bus again, but anyway, let's move on. And what else have you got coming up? Do you do training courses?
I do personal and professional development courses as well. And I'm actually getting ready to launch some of them online. A lot of people have requested kind of like self-paced as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And how do you keep in touch with all the people? Do you have a group as well that you do, like Zooms or Facebook videos or something?
Yeah. So more like coaching, mastermind groups, and through
wicked.
mailing lists. Yeah.
Well, you know what? You should speak to Jenny, because Jenny is kind of at the point where she's going to start getting courses and groups together. You guys should follow each other on Facebook or
I
whatever.
was gonna say, I'm like, give me your LinkedIn. We gotta get connected
you guys
on
have got to
LinkedIn.
connect up because
It's literally Shana Clancy's my LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
all my socials are Shana Clancy or Clancy Consulting Services. Yeah. Let's
Done.
connect.
yeah, you guys should team up and swap stories if because you've already released your first course, Dr. Shanea.
I have a couple.
Yeah, you got a couple. And how do you do you just have them on a website or do you do use LearnDash or something or?
So most of them are like in person. And I have
Okay,
several
gotcha.
signature courses and topics or hybrid. So that's why I'm getting ready to incorporate them for self-paced online
And put them online. And what are you going to use to do that?
I'm probably just going to use my website and link
Yeah.
it through there.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's a great idea. I think courses, people love that, and it's a great way to get people through and they understand what you're doing, and all sorts of things can happen. Well, that's great. We've got some super nurses on today, so thank you very much for that, Dr. Shanea.
Thank you.
And how long have we been going for? About 50 minutes, yep. So I'm going to wrap things up. Thanks for listening and watching, everyone. See you next time. Reach out to our guests. All the links are in the show notes.